Today I'm going to show you how to create jumbo waves using the Jumbo Waver from Beautyworks. So I've already put my heat defence on. I'm giving my hair a good brush through with a big paddle brush, and I'm splitting it into two over my shoulder. I'm going to go straight in and take my first section, and as you can see it's not going to be a small section because again I'm using a jumbo waver. So the plates are very big, which means you can cover much more of your hair. So again, just making sure that it's over my shoulder. I'm going to take my first section, give it a brush, and then I'm going to take my Beautyworks waver and I'm going to face it towards the wall and clamp my hair. And you'll notice that I'm holding onto my hair just to keep the tension there to make sure that I get it all into the waver. I'm going to hold it on for about 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds depending on the thickness of your hair. And I'm taking it out and I've gone straight back in there with that top barrel being on my last wave. And I don't worry about the tiny little bit that's hanging out because you do get those bits, they do blend in. And there we are. So onto my second section. And again, you can see that I'm taking fairly big sections. This is such a quick, easy style once you get the hang of it. And again, the plates cover quite a wide area, so you can get away with doing quite wide and sort of thick sections. So again, I give it a brush and I get my waver and I face it towards the wall. I'm holding onto the ends of my hair and I clamp it closed. So now I can let go of that hair because I've already got it nice and neatly in there. And again, 30 to 45 seconds. So I'm going to take that out and go in to my next section. Make sure you've got all the hair in the back. So I'm going to take it back out and place it in. And you can see my top barrel is in my last wave. And again, on my very last piece, I'm going to go in and clamp my hair. Make sure you've got all of it. Working with bigger sections, you need to make sure that you've got all of it in your barrel. So there you go, I've just gone in again and just neatened it. If you struggle with doing that, then just make the section smaller. Making the section smaller and neater, and smaller, sorry, are going to give you much more defined waves. I want a little bit of a shaggy look, but with waves rather than curls. So again, I'm on to my last section, and again, it's quite a big section, so make sure you brush those sections through and then go straight in as close as you can, holding on to the hair still, because if you can kind of pull it into place. And only go as comfortable, as close as comfortable. There we go, I'm going to take it out. Go straight in with that top barrel being on that last wave again. It's really important to get that nice wave. And again, take it out and follow it down. Again, I was holding on. You can see I've got a little bit of my hair hanging out. In normal times, I would leave that because I don't mind a bit of an edgier look. Some people straighten them, some people curl them, or some people just want to get them in that last little bit in. So I'm going to show you. I might just tap the end of it so it just goes around one barrel. And it just blends in quite nicely. So I'm on to the next section. I'll take my first section. Again, it's not a small section. And then this time the barrel's facing the opposite way. Be careful of the ear. So instead of facing the wall, the barrel is now facing you in the mirror. Again, hold it only as comfortable as you can around the ear and the face. So you can see little bits have fell out. I would leave those because again, it is a bit more of an edgy look, so they will blend in. My hair's different lengths as well, so you are going to get a little bit more of an edgy look with it. If you had dead straight hair, all one length, it would again look a little bit different, so you wouldn't have those pieces falling out. So again, my next section is quite a large section, and I'm picking all the hair up, giving it a brush, making sure I've got all of it, and then I'm going to go in there again and hold it on. And you can see I haven't added the hair underneath because I don't need to keep going over that part. I just want to put the hair in the barrel from the new section so that I'm not going over my hair and overheating it. So again, I followed the wave, you can see. It's quite nice, it goes up, you know, up and down, so it's always that big barrel on that last wave. And then I've got a nice bit hanging out today. So I'm going to follow it through, and it's sat in there quite nicely this time. Sometimes you'll do it and there'll be a little bit hanging out, other times it will fit in there perfectly. So you can see it's created a lovely wave already. So I'm on to my last section, and I've got a bit of a fringe. Sometimes I want it in my styles and other times I don't. So I'm going to take my fringe out of this section and just take all the long hair in. And I'm going to get the barrel and go straight in as close as I can, but without it feeling hot on my scalp, and hold it in for like 30 to 45 seconds. And again, I'll move on to the next part. And every time I'm grabbing that hair at the bottom, you see, always at the bottom so you don't burn your fingers on the barrels. And again, onto the last piece, and I've got quite a bit hanging out this time. So again, in normal times, I would just leave those. But I'm going to show you how it is you could feed it into your barrel. But what you'll find is it'll give you an uneven curl into the middle. So you'd need to pick it back up again and go over that section to get more of a defined look. Also, because you're working with a thick section, you could hold it on just for slightly longer. You know, you can always take it out and have a look. So I've gone back in there, and because it's not as much hair at the bottom, I'm going to leave that very end. That's it. And then I'm going to go in there with my fringe, and I'm going to go upwards because I want to create a little bit of height in my fringe. So that first barrel is quite close, but only close enough that it's not burning my scalp. And I'm going to just have a little look. Nope, I don't like that. So I'm going to go in there and do it again because you want it to blend in with the hair that has already got a wave to it, sorry. So again, I'm just going to let it go, and I'm much happier with that. You can see that it's got that already, and I can just tuck it behind my wave, and it tends to sit there quite well. So I'm going to separate the sections now with my fingers. Give it all a bit of a shake out, because again, I do want a messy look. I don't want to brush for this because it will just make it too neat and tidy. So I'm going to get my shine spray. I'm going to go in there and give it a good shine because that also adds condition. And then I'm going to shake it out and use my fingers to put the curls and the waves where I want them. So I'm happy with the jumbo waves.